a TFWire.com video review.
Hey guys, this is Spada coming at you with a video review of movie Voyager Ratchet. This is a Voyager figure, and he is a GMC Hummer. More specifically, he is an H2 Hummer that has been remodeled into an ambulance. As you can see, this is where the H2 kind of looks like an H2, and then back here is where it's an ambulance. So I'm going to be taking a look at the figure today. He is modeled in a very odd green. I would say this is olive green. More on that color later. This does carry out. You can see the grill is pretty well defined there. It's got some headlights or pointer lights here, main headlights. You've got the grill. If you look in, you can see kind of what would be seats. Then you've got the rack mount up top, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice addition to the figure. Spare tire with a, I don't know what that is. Now, in the figure, he does have a Autobot symbol right here on both doors. He's got the little pulse line here. It says fire department here. Oops, sorry. I don't know if you can see after that glare. It says fire department here, which leads me to believe that this is actually I've seen this type of ambulance at airports, so that leads me to believe that this is an airport ambulance. Now, there is some robot kibble on the bottom, which is to be expected. Tires are plastic, unfortunately, they're not rubber. He has a pretty good vehicle mode. I rather like it. Now, to make it more of a vehicle, you can, or I guess more truck-like, you could take this off, the backpack, or the top comes off, and then, there we go. Now, we're going to start with the transformation here. You see the doors are here and here. You actually get your finger underneath here and pop the panel out. And do the same thing on the other side. Just pop the panel out and kind of lift the figure out a little bit, and then you could swing the panels around thusly. Now we're going to take this whole back section and, well, before we do that, I'm going to show you the automorph. The only automorph on this figure is in the feet. And to do that, I'm just going to raise them up a little bit so I can get a good grip. Let me actually turn this massive light off. There we go. That's better. Now, you'll see, I'll move the feet, I'll move the foot, and that side panel pops out, and this part up here will come out from a different angle. Alright, enough of that. Do the same thing on the other side. And then you take the back part here and you swing it down. Then you bring the legs about that far up, break them apart, and then take the entire leg assembly. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I keep getting it out of frame. Take the entire leg assembly and swing it around thusly, and then straighten it out. And then the next thing you do is take the entire section and just pop it up like that, and then rotate the arms out. And then take this part and you actually lift it. There's a double hinge here. You actually kind of, let me get this arm out of the way so you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but see, it's normally like this. Then you lift it up and take the windshield and you rotate it all the way around like that to about that position, and then you slap it clear on the hood of the vehicle. Next part, you take the figure and you actually collapse the back and crotch together and peg them together. And then you rotate the legs down. And lastly, you take the entire section like this and swing it down and just snap it into place back here. And then take this section right here and lift it up, rotate the head around, and swing the arms down. And there we have Movie Ratchet. Now I'm going to just zoom in here so you can get a better look at the figure. I'm sure we've all seen pictures of him before. His face is rather ugly, I think, but it's got its own charm. In the movie, he looks like he's wearing spectacles. Alright, whoop, I always hit the wrong button. Now, the next thing, take a look at his poseability. He's got 360 on the shoulders. His arms can move out, in and out like that, and his hands can move about that much back. He really doesn't have any poseability in his hands. Neither of his hands move. His legs have plenty of movement, though he's bulky enough that it's hard to get him in any really good poses. Something like that is the best I can do. The carriage, you can actually store on the back in this peg right back here, so you can have a little cape. But let's show you his attack modes. You take this, and you just split it apart thusly, and then you have a grabber claw. They call this a blaster on the figures box, but I'm not buying it. And that attaches, this is the only place it can attach other than the back, is right on the figure's left arm. So, like that. And then on his right arm, you open the little panel here, and then you take the hand, and you push it in, and that swings out a spatula. No. It swings out a battle axe. I have never seen an axe that looks like this, but I'm assuming it takes off, it says it's an axe. It looks like a giant pair of snips to me, like a pair of giant tin snips. Or it looks like a butterfly. Maybe it's a butterfly axe. I don't know. But now let me see if I can't get some light piping going. No, that's not going to work. He does have blue eyes. He has blue light piping, which is very nice. He's not a bad figure. In fact, he's a lot of fun to transform. He is very imposing looking. The colors, I'm a little still iffy on, but they work. They're not perfect, but they work. He doesn't have a lot of features. He doesn't have nearly as many features as, say, Blackout or Starscream, but he's still fun. He's a nice, solid figure in both modes. Fairly simple transformation. Plenty of botanical detailing, especially here on the legs and in the arms and the hands. You can tell this is a Michael Bay figure, or Michael Bay movie figure. Automorph gimmick is a little weak, but not too bad. If it broke, it wouldn't really be a detriment to the figure, unlike some others. But I'm going to turn the spotlight back on here. But he's not a bad figure at all. I strongly suggest picking him up if you are a completist. If not, you might want to get, say, a Starscream or an Ironhide before you pick this one up. But if you're definitely pick him up if you're going to go for all the figures in the movie. Once again, this is Spada for C.F.R, taking a look at Movie Ratchet, Movie Voyager Ratchet. I give him a 7 out of 10.